Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday evening, and that means that I have another e-workshop, an international e-workshop of Nail Talk Live for you this evening. And this evening, it's all about beautiful flower designs, floristic designs of flowers floating in just the thinnest wave of air. So that's totally exciting. Beautiful designs that you can share with your clients, whether them be students or whether they be clients in the nail studio. Beautiful flowers explained by one of our expert international trainers, one of the best trainers we have within magnetic nail design, Magde from the UK. But before we go to Magde, I have to say, let's get started. So an inspirational evening for all of you, creating beautiful thin, paper-thin flowers with a hell of a lot of effect and depth, creating almost an extra dimension on the nails of your clients. Besides the topic of this evening, we will also have the winners of the challenge of 2 weeks ago. That, of course, was the elegance nails shown by Natalia Gritsenka, and I have it here on paper, the winners and the feedback for the winners. So, an exciting evening today. It was an exciting day also in the office because we had a lot of work to do because we are preparing to film a commercial tomorrow with our blush babes, which means that it was very full with a lot of happy babes talking together about different techniques and ways to create nails, and the effect of all of that will be shown to all of you just in a little bit. I already mentioned that the trainer of this evening is the international expert trainer, Magde, and Magde is from the UK, takes care of the whole British market, and is also one of our top-notch trainers. So hello Magde, International Nail Talk Live without Magde would not have been possible.
Hello, Pepijn. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So nice to be back behind this desk. I missed that really. So I'm happy that I can show you tonight some nice designs. And I've prepared for you really nice, relatively easy flowers, but with the effect, with the special effect, and including, of course, our product of the month and my favorite Fibercoat white.
Fibercoats. Fibercoats are super efficient. They're in a bottle and they're fiber gels. Gels that contain fiber particles that you can perfectly use as a natural nail treatment to treat the nails of your clients, but also ideal in nail art. And the way of layering tonight is actually the trick where we're focused on. So I think all of you are ready to start enjoying your work, Magde. So where do we start?
Okay, so I'm going to start with showing you what we're going to do tonight. Some of you already seen it on the Instagram. This is what I've prepared for you. Honestly, the camera doesn't do the justice. Really, it looks absolutely amazing in real. But I put this aside, and I'm going to start with my tip. What we're going to do will be a composition from the flower. So we're not going to do just the one nail with the flower. We're going to do two, actually three. So you can do it on your clients. It's really good to do it this way and learn to create designs this way, because then you can upsell it. So it's not like you do the design just for one finger and you charge €1. You can do 2-3 fingers and the whole composition and then charge a little bit more. So it's good for upsell, and I'm promising you these designs are super fast and you can make it in a salon within a normal Fibercoat time. So I'm going to start with the Fibercoat white. It's a gel in a bottle. I will just slightly warm it up because it was traveling with me, just to make sure it's nice and a bit thin. And you can, hopefully you're going to see, nice and white. So it's not the extreme white, it's a white, milky white gel. And I'm using the clear tips. And I'm going to start with one thin layer. So let's imagine these nails are our client's natural nails. And I'm going to, of course, I've prepped, I've used the soft bond primer, and now I'm using a really thin layer of the Fibercoat, which will be my adhesion layer, rubbing layer, anchor layer, however you want to call it. Really, really thin. I'm pressing the product in, but I want you to see how easy the product self-levels. It's like I'm pressing the the product with my brush, and it's just connecting together, really, really easy. But I want this layer to be semi-transparent. I don't want to have this fully covered. And I'm going to do the same on my second tip and place it in the light for 60 seconds. So the second tip is similar as you would do in your clients. So really pressing in the first layer, making sure it's nice and thin. But if you look at my first tip, you can see self-leveled even more. Even though the layer is super thin from the Fibercoat, you can see nice leveling. What is good about the Fibercoat, you can use really thin layers. So you do the enhancement for your client. So you don't need to apply too much of the product to really have the coverage, which is a really good feature of this one. And that's why I really like it.
We already have a lot of people joining us, of course, from the Netherlands, where you're almost a famous nail trainer, because many of our people in Holland know you and want to come to your classes and already signed up for a couple of your classes in the next month, but also a lot of international distributors. Armine from Armenia is here. I saw somebody from Iceland. I see that Nadia Munk, but also Henriette are here in the comments. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put your questions in the comments, and I will put them through for you to Magde. Jaap also says, welcome everybody to this International Nail Talk Live. So many people are here already, also translating for each other. Bianca Freigang is here, some other of the German ladies. I can perhaps already give you a little hint that one of the winners this evening actually comes from Germany, but that will be in a little bit. So, Fibercoat White, do you need to cure each layer, Magde, for 60 seconds?
So in general, when I do the designs on tips, I will do the 30 seconds. But when I do this on a client, I normally will put the full hand for 60 seconds cure, especially on the first layer. On my first adhesion layer, I want to make sure everything is properly cured, attached to the nail, and it's 60 seconds. Even though it's thinner layer, I much prefer to do a 60 just in case. When we're working with the clients, really service breakdown is the worst thing that may happen to you. When the clients come in with any lifts, or the clients come in with broken nails or something coming off. So just to avoid that, put the full hand for 60 seconds, and honestly, it takes you another 60 seconds to do the other hand, so it's not an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. So 60 seconds for the first layer, and keep in mind that this is the normal white Fibercoat, not the extreme white that Magde is using. The extreme white is a lot whiter. Would that also be appropriate for this design?
Not for this one. Maybe on a first layer if you want to more coverage, but not for this specific one because the extreme white is not transparent at all. If you have at home the extreme white and you want to try it, maybe I will just maybe slightly mix it with the base and top or something to make it thinner. But as a background for your ombre, perfect, extreme white. But for this specific design, I'll go with the white.
Yeah, the white is a softer, almost misty white, milky white, which is in itself already a super popular color to use, especially when it gets a little bit sunnier and the weather improves a little bit. I see that Sabine is also here. Valentina from Italy joined us. I also saw that Emela is watching us from Bosnia. Lindsay McCartney.
Yeah, it's
Lindsay
Irish.
McCartney,
She's a trainer.
she's Irish from Joanna.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are here already. And Krisha just now comes and says, good evening, I'm really excited to see Magde. I'm also excited to see Magde. We had an exciting day, Magde. I'm so happy you were in the office. I cannot explain to all of you enough, because Magde is from origin Polish, and we had to deal with Polish customs today at the borders. I won't go very deep in all of it, but to have somebody here that understands the language was really helpful. So thank you again, Magde. The second step, I want to see the steps.
Yes, it was eventful day, but everything went well, so we're good, we're good. So my next step will be the preparation for my liner gel for the design. I'm going to use the white liner gel, just the pure white, and I'm going to pick up some with my spatula and place it on my paper palette. Now, I'm going to mix it with a little bit of my extreme matte top gel to make it thinner. Just a little bit thinner. And my choice of extreme matte top gel will be because of my end result. So for the layering, you can use base and top or any other top gel. But because I'm going to need the extreme matte top gel at the very end, I will just make one mixture and I'll work all through it.
Okay, interesting. So extreme matte together with liner gel white.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that combination yet.
Okay, so I'll explain
cool.
on my last
Yeah,
step
yeah, yeah, yeah.
why it's actually the
Yeah,
extreme matte.
cool.
Okay, so for now, we just need to make it thinner.
And we have also Scotland joining us. Sabina is here and also Camilla.
That's great. Hello. Hiya, girls. So it's so nice you're here.
So what is the ratio about?
It's just literally just tiny amount of extreme matte top gel, just to make it slightly thinner.
Okay.
Slightly thinner. It's just easier to move with the brush, and I'm going to show you the technique of moving, so then will be easier to see. Okay. So just not the 50-50, not 80-20, just a little bit top gel into our liner gel. So I'm going to start with my tips and the flowers. So I have 2 tips now.
Yeah.
And the brush that I'm going to use for this technique will be the Taylor number 3. Although, of course, there are many different flowers and you can use different techniques and stuff. Later, I'm going to show you different designs, similar designs, not the same, but each one of them were made with completely different brush. So it's different techniques and different ways. So I'm going to start with creating my flowers in this spot here and a spot here. So it won't be full flower. It's just maybe 3/4 of the flower. So I'm going to start with the petals. And with my brush, I've just picked up a little bit of product. I hope you're going to see it. And I'm just placing my brush, pressing it, and then lifting up. So you see product is nice and thin and just spreading nicely. And I'm making my petals bigger. So it's the same mixture, just like that. I don't know if you can see a little bit of texture on your screen.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm just
Magda, we have to keep into consideration, because we get a voice over for French, Italian, Spanish and German, that we need to speak a little bit slower.
Okay, I will do it. So
just talk as softly as your flowers are drifting in the air.
Okay. So I'm placing my brush, pressing the tip of it, pull it down and lifting, and then placing it next to it. So I just want to create with my detailer number 3, nice and big petal.
Yeah, and the end of the petal is not really round. It's more like a little bit haggoty. So it's a little bit pointy. So
yeah, it's just really uneven.
Uneven, thank you.
Really uneven. Because we don't want to make this like nice round nursery flowers. We want to be an artist. So we just given a bit of Picasso in here. Okay.
Pernilla is asking whether it's also enough to cure extreme white for 60 seconds. And Bianca says in this thin layer, she would say yes, but extreme white is a little bit dangerous. If you apply it too thick, it will bubble. So thin, 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 and then 60 seconds should be enough. And Sabine is happy that you're speaking a little bit slower because she was busy typing.
I'm sorry, wifey. I will get better, I promise. Okay, so now we are going to create the flower on the other side. And if that will be the set for my clients, let's say this the one is the ring finger, the other one is the middle one. So they're just connected roughly together. And I will do 2 at the same time in a salon. Because we're working with the relatively thick products, that stays where it is. We don't need to worry that something will float, etc. So we can do 2-3 nails at the same time, which saves time for curing. I'm sorry, I was too fast.
No, but not as fast as in Polish, because Joanna says in Polish we speak even faster. So we understand. I will just go a little bit slower. Perhaps, Gil, we can also see a side shot, because then probably we'll see a little bit more texture.
Okay, I don't know if you...
Okay, we just have to reposition the camera. So continue.
That's okay, okay. So I will just move my tip to the other side.
The question is, if you do not have Fibercoat, what other product could you use?
So for this specific one, blush ivory, although it doesn't have the same shade, if that makes sense. Fibercoat white has a little bit different shade. It's more milky. Ivory is more like porcelain. More like Chinese. So it's really difference between milky and China. So it's like, This,
Yeah.
this is how I can describe it. But in general, if you have blushes, then ivory. You can also use fiber gel from the jar, but it has the white one,
Yeah.
but it has to be super thin. Like you need to be super thin because
Even
it's a
thinner
little bit
than-
more pigmented than this one.
Yeah. Okay. And Joanna is asking, blush dreamy. Would that be an idea?
No, because you can at the same time use the Fibercoat extreme white. Extreme white. It's just too white. It's not
Okay.
transparent enough.
So now we see on screen exactly what you're doing. So you're pushing down and pulling and lifting up. And then the edge is uneven. And we even see a little bit veining happening inside the flower petals.
Oh, if you can see it, that's amazing because that was the whole idea about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's why I say sometimes in the camera you can't really see. You can't really see. That's why I need to press. So if you think about your ratio between the top gel and your liner gel white, excuse me, then you need to still keep more of the liner gel, so you will see the texture. If you add too much of the top gel, the product will be too runny, and you will have the one blob. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so you want to see the lines. Don't make it an even surface, a nice round petal. No, you want to see the lines, the veins running through those petals. So push hard, and the consistency of the liner gel will keep it in place, and it will almost be working like a gel paste.
Yes,
Almost-ish.
almost-ish. So.
Oh, Sabine says that she thinks she can deal with this nail art. Well then, Sabine, I expect your homework.
Yes.
I expect you to do your homework, Sabine.
Okay, so now I've just been clumsy and just touch my petals. I'll cure this one, and I will fix this petal because I was just on a live video. I just touch it with my.
Yeah, of course. Then I will go to some of your comments. Mia Marie is saying, really good technique, Magda. Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mia Marie. And but we will see your technique as well in 2 weeks from now. Isn't that exciting? Oh, we're going to sing together. Joanna says, do you think it would also be nice with frosted pink rubber or fiber coat? Then you'll get a more misty pinkish look.
Yes, and then I'm going to show you different designs. You can as well use different colors. But as I said, for this white one, this is the product. But of course, you can use different color combination if you fancy. But you will get extra points from me for your homework if you use the Fibercoat white. I'm going to see what you used.
Okay, that's clear. And Nicole van Duren is offering, you can also use the bamboo gel polish or another one of the seduction shears for the effect. No, Naomi says, I love to do flowers. Looking forward to trying this. And Sabine will try to make her homework between 2 and 4 in the morning. Ideal moment to create your homework, Sabine. That's the moment when creativity goes to unexpected heights. Trust me, try it. Iris says it looks easy, but it's not. Well, if you practice.
Okay, it is actually easy because the movements of the brush are easy. If you look, I've got the black background, so it'll be really, really visible. You have a bit of your product at the tip of the brush. You place your brush, and you see I've got this angled, and then you lift it up. Place it, lift it. Place it, lift it. And that's really it. And because we need these edges to be uneven, it really doesn't matter. Like, it is easy.
Yeah, the question is, how much time do you have to create your homework? Well, you have 2 weeks' time to create your homework and upload your homework, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that just in a couple of minutes. So 2 weeks or 14 days.
Okay, so I've got my liner gel cured with the top gel. Now I need to add a little bit of color to my flowers. So I've chosen for this one the glass brown, and I'm going to place a little bit on my paper palette. I will also use tiny amount of the blackest black gel polish just to add extra shading, just tiny bit, teeny.
So which color is that? Sorry.
This is the blackest black here,
Oh, yeah,
and
black is
here
black,
the glass brown.
And the glass gel
brown.
polish is a transparent glass gel polish. So it's completely transparent, only gives a little bit of color.
Yeah. When I've started to do these designs and prepare these designs, I've done everything with brown, and I decided it's too nudie for me. If you know me, you know I'm not the least nude person ever. I need some color. That's why I decided I'm going to add a little bit of cyan, blue, and the purple. So these are also the glass gel polishes. There's not too much of this, just a tiny amount. Now, what is important for your shading and for adding extra colors, because I want to add just a tiny amount from the middle and not overtake my whiteness, I'm going to mix my glass with the base and top. So even though these are transparent, I'm going to mix them even more with the base and top to be even more transparent. And this is in general my way of shading. I'm always mixing everything with base and top.
Okay. Would it also be possible with aqua colors? Is a question from Tanya.
Yes, of course, no problem at all. But then what you will need to do, you will just need to cover everything with my extreme matte top gel, and then they use the aqua colors. Because if you use the aqua colors on a shiny surface as we have now, it won't stick. And then you will just remove everything. So if you do extra layers, maybe on the tips, yes. But if you would like to do it for your on your clients, and you add, we have already 3 layers of the, we will have 3 layers of the gel, then layer of the top gel. And if you will need to add another 2 layers of the top gel, that will be nailed that size.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We don't want that. But if you do not have a glass gel polish as of today, and you really want to do the homework, then mix your normal gel polishes with the base and top. It is quite tricky because the gel polishes are really pigmented. So before you will add half of the bottle base and top and get the consistency of the glass, will be better to nip into the shop and just get the glass.
Okay, thank you for that tip, because of course glass is super transparent because it's made to be transparent. You can even use it as a builder gel over, for instance, a reverse nail or an inlay technique nail. Marja also says she loves the glass gel polish, and Pernilla had a client today seeing this design on her stories with your post, and she ordered it for her next appointment already. It's so beautiful, so Pernilla has to make her homework.
Nice.
But if I would see it, I would also book it immediately. I would have this on my nails always, because it's like the equivalent of nude nails, but then like nude neutral flower designs with just a hint of attitude. Well,
a little bit.
don't we
Just
all
a
want
hint.
that?
Just a hint.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So I am coming back to my tips. And again, I'm going to do both at the same time. And I'm going to start with the brown. Because it's already mixed with the glass gel polish, it's really, really transparent. And you can see how transparent it is. So I've just applied a little bit in the middle. Now I'm going to, I'll just place this one here so you see. I'm going to remove the excess from my brush. And with the dry brush, I'm going to pull the product towards the end. Not too much, just a small amount. I just want to add a little bit of shade. Yeah. And I will just do that with the rest of the flowers as well. So just a little bit in the middle, cleaning my brush and pulling the product. Because it's transparent, you don't need to worry that you will have too much. Because what you don't want to have is the block color that will overtake your white and overtake your structure. Because we already made this like veins and structure with the liner gel. So you really need to make sure you're not covering this. And a little bit of blue.
Yeah, Nadia is giving the advice or the idea that you can also mix base and top with a tiny little bit of color concentrate if you so desire. Chrisje is asking, because the sinful blushes are a little bit glassy or transparent, could that be an option? But I think you need to thin out even the sinful blushes more. Huh?
Even more, because the sinful brushes are thicker in consistency, and you need product that, if you look from the side view, everything is relatively flat. Okay, if we add extra structure in here, then we'll need to add more gel on top. If we add more colorful colored gel, then we will lose the flowers. So we need to keep everything in thin layers. Now I'm placing this in the light for 10 seconds, and 10 seconds is more than enough because I'm literally working with the base and top with a little bit of pigment, if that makes sense. So 10 seconds, and my next step is I'm going back to my Fibercoat white. this one here. Okay, Fibercoat white, and I'm going to apply really thin layer again. Now I have a little tip for you. If you have the problem with thin application of the product, as I know some of you have, with the picking up that amount of product, and then it's hard, especially when you have the small nail. What you would do, you will just place a little bit of your product on the paper palette, and you will get the magic brush of Miranda, the perfect polisher, and you have only small amount of product that you can pick up and then applying over the nail. So if you have the issue with the product straight from the bottle, you can use separate brush just to make sure everything is nice and thin, because we need this layer to be super thin.
Yeah, it's very clearly visible that it's really thin.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't really change the appearance. It just makes it a little bit more milky. Did you ever try to create these petals with gel paste? Is a question, I believe, from Azra.
Yes, but that will be on top of my design. The reason for that is the gel paste will be too structured for me, and then it will be much thicker. What I want to have each layer inside the gel. So then maybe if I will do the extensions and something that is a bit long, yes, but if I will keep it short nails, I will still prefer the liner gel. Maybe pure liner gel, if you don't want to mix it, is absolutely fine. But the paste will give me too
much
high.
volume.
Yeah.
It will be very voluminous because you have the thicker paste and then the Fibercoat white and then another paste, and then it's like almost like a Big Mac instead of a flat, beautiful thin nail. I'm talking about food again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About this. Okay, so you can see I've applied thin layer of the Fibercoat white, and I can still see the color of my glass underneath.
Yeah.
And this is that will give you indication if you're applying too much of the color, and that's why I wouldn't recommend you to use any other product, like for example Fibercoat Extreme White or Dreamy, Blush Dreamy, or anything like that, because it's just too pigmented.
Okay, while this cures, because I think we now need to give it a full cure.
Yes, 60 seconds,
Because of
please.
course you covered the whole nail, so 60 seconds, that gives me time to discuss with all of you the homework. Well, make a screenshot if you desire and if you want to check whether or not you make the correct homework. The assignment is make one set of nails on a hand or on 5 color pops / tips with a minimum of 3 nails with this design. You can use any color for the flowers. So 5 nails or 5 color pops of a minimum of 3 have a composition of this design, and you can choose any color for the flowers. So be totally creative and be artistic with all of this. You have 2 weeks to create your homework. The deadline is then set on March 20th. Upload your homework using the link that you can find in the group in the album called Pastel Flowers. If something needs improvement, Jessica, our trainer, will contact you and you will get another chance to participate. Do not forget to submit your homework in step-by-steps, maximum 4 steps, and 1 final photo showing the end result. Of course, if you do all of this, 2 weeks from now, you will receive your e-certificate. But you also have a chance to win this amazing prize, chosen by Magde. Extreme Matte Top Gel, Fibercoat White, so isn't that helpful? Then we have the Fibercoat White already, the foil box with 12 different shades of foil, liner gel, metallic bullions, and, which you do not really see now, beautiful pearls that you will use to finish your design with an aura borealis shine to them. So a set of beautiful art products with which you can create these nails. We have more e-workshops for you coming up. I'm taking this now because I know that Magde is super fast, so I have to divide my chances. Next week, José de Voet will join me and she will create a Fiber to Love hybrid nail. José is also one of our expert and international trainers, and she's really a technical trainer, so she takes us the technical route. A week after that, Mia Marie from Sweden is arriving in Holland for her e-workshop, and her e-workshop is for stylish mixed nail art designs. So Mia Marie is going to use different techniques and will just blow us away. We will end the month of March with Deborah, our very own Deborah, and Deborah will show us inlay color boom nails, also using Fibercoat. Because the product of the month of March is of course Fibercoat, as we already mentioned. And Fibercoat you can shop worldwide with all of the magnetic distributors with a 20% discount to feel and test the product, to just get more experience with the product. Talking about discounts, let me check if I'm correct. Yes, we have another discount weekend planned ahead, Worldwide Magnetic Days. And the next Worldwide Magnetic Days will be on the 6th, 7th and 8th of April, worldwide with all of our magnetic distributors. We will launch new products, many new products, and we have a lot of discounts over the whole assortment, excluding new products, and we will offer a lot of inspiration. All of the distributors are organizing different versions of their open house or discount days. I know that Magde is doing it online, so you can go to her web shop and enjoy the discounts, because Magde will join us in Holland, where she is teaching classes during the open house. So I'm in the lucky position that I am able during the day just to have a sneak peek at what everybody's making and doing. And you're doing floral designs, and you're doing very artistic 3D futuristic French nails.
Yes, so futuristic French nails, I call it funky French because it's nice and funky, and there's lots of about playing with products, but all of this playing is all about the control. So once you are in my class, you will learn how to control the power gel fully. So then we'll help you on your daily work. Of course, you can create all of these funky nails, but it will help you in your daily work, creating extensions and making sure you do everything with easy and in no time. And you'll be as fast as me.
Oh, well, that's promising. Later on, so we'll go back to Magde, of course. Later on, I will have the first Derma talk in English for you waiting. Wendy yesterday was in the company to film the season of Derma talk topics and presentations. So that will be the first, just after the next step of Magde. And of course, don't forget, we have the winners of Natalia's Elegance Challenge. But for now, Magde.
Okie doke, so I am coming back. I will just take one tip so it will be easier for you to see. We are going back to our mixture of the liner gel with the top gel. I will put this a little bit aside so there will be more focus. I hope you're going to see everything. And now I'm going to create another layer of petals. And this next layer of petals, the petals will be in between the previous one. So here are my 1 and 2. And my next one will be in between. Size, roughly the same, can be a little bit smaller if you fancy, but I want you to create this petal over the previous one just a little bit. So you will really see the first layer.
And of course, what we also see is this is now a whiter petal than the petal that is underneath, because the Fibercoat white mists it a little bit. Yeah. It pushes us to the back. So we're layering a multi-dimensional flower.
Yes, we do. Yes. So now another one.
Did you leave the sticky layer? Laura is asking.
Yes, I didn't remove anything. There's not an issue. It's the same as on the first layer when I've used the Fibercoat on the first layer. Then I went straight after curing with my petals. And now I can see, I don't know if you can see, hope you can see. I can't really see on my screens. I'm adding extra shape into my petals.
Oh.
So I just wasn't happy too much what I did on my first time with the brush, but everything is wet as it is. Okay, now I'm happy with this one, and now I'm going to add another petal here. And now once I will finish both of the flowers, this is going to be cured 30 seconds. And I will repeat with my shading. So we'll repeat with the brown, and I will repeat with the blue and purple. So this is the second flower. I've just started in the break. I just couldn't stop myself. Pepin talked too fast, but too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sylvia is asking whether or not it's also possible to do this with the glass gel polish. Yes, Sylvia, you can also use the glass gel polish to layer the effect, but it will have more influence on the color of the petals. It's less easy to see, I think.
I can show you. This was, I don't know if you can see. So I have used these over the chrome, and I had white. So this is the pink gel polish. I don't know which one, so I don't want to lie. Oh, I've lost the focus. Too shiny.
Well, perhaps we should use the side shot, Gil.
Oh, okay.
Can't
so
we use
now
the
you
side
can,
shot?
you can see it.
Okay, yeah, but
so
then
okay, and then this one goes away. So be a bit easier.
and then you have to turn it a little bit so that we are able to see it.
Okay. So hope you will see it.
Oh, it's ecstatic.
So here I've just used the pink gel polish as a background. I have added the unicorn gold on top of it. Then one layer of my first layer of the petals, and then pink glass. But it's just a tiny amount of the pink glass covering. So I didn't use any fiber coat on this one, just to use the pink glass as covering my first layer of the petals, and then the second layer went white. So it's a bit different. It is with the glass as well, but yeah, just with the one color. But the unicorns are nice. They're so shiny.
It's beautiful. If you want at home, take a screenshot. This is your moment. 3, 2, 1, screenshot.
Yeah, I'm not singing tonight. Okay, so let's put this one aside. So it is possible to do it with the glass instead of fiber coat. It's fine, but then you have completely different effect. Let me go back to my second tip.
I've never had this many hearts in the comments as just
now. Oh, is
now.
it good? Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for your love.
So perhaps I chose the wrong design. Sometimes that happens.
Okay. So, and now I'm just adding a few more to my bottom flower. So the bottom one was a bit smaller. Okay, and then both of my flowers are going to the light for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to repeat my shading. In between, I'm going to show you how else you can use your fiber coat white just to mix it with your foil. And I really like it. I really like it as a cover, full cover of the nail. You can, of course, you've seen it on the Instagram and stuff. There are some products that are already mixed, but the wrong bottle.
Camilla is asking, did you use for the other design, the pink design, did you use the plain pink glass, or did you mix it with base and top to make it even more transparent?
I did. I mix it. I always mix it. I always mix it to make it transparent, because if you want to add just a little bit of shading, the pink glass is just too pink. So it's easier to do it.
And you chose the pink glass or the fuchsia?
No, the pink.
Yeah, with the pink you have to be careful because it's really bright.
Yeah, and it is literally covering. So you need to add a little bit extra of the base and top. I always do that for shading. It makes my life easier. Then I don't need to worry that I'm overtaking the designs that I did before. So yeah, and then just wanted to show you the mixture. If you want to add any foil to your fiber coat white, I have used one of the foil from our 12 mix. That's why it's in my price. Be careful with this one, because the tiniest, like the smallest amount of the foil is enough to mix it with that amount of product. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Because it just breaks straight away. So if you add too much of the foil, if you get this like 12 boxes of foil, that will last you to the end of your life as a nail technician, I promise you.
I agree.
There's no way to use it.
I agree.
It's such a small amount you need. So this is the mixture that I will need for my tip, just to add a little extra.
Well, Gillian in the back is totally amazed, because he said everybody's always very careful to pick up the little parts, but you can just stir it in and you still have the foil effect.
Exactly.
He likes things efficient, so he loves this way of working with that.
Exactly. It's really, really good. And then it's different because for these flowers, this is what we're going to do. We're going to add a little pieces, but that will be to add to our design. But if I want just a random foil all over the nail, it's easier to mix it. It just makes the life much easier. But I'm going back to my flowers. So I'm back to my brown, and I'm starting in the middle again. And now I will be a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient. So I will just first add the dots wherever I need. Clean my brush. And then
You're just
pull it.
cleaning your brush on the clean nail wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally in a salon, I must say, I'm always doing this on my paper palette. My paper palette
Yeah.
is always lots of
Yeah.
swirls. But yeah, but then I have no space for more paints, and then I'm wasting the paper. So it'll be easier to do actually on the wipe. So, and then the second one. So yeah, I'm just tapping, slightly pressing this in, pulling it towards the edge of my petals. And I will add the blue. Hope you all see it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then the purple as well, cleaning it. So everything is done. All of this design is done with the detailer number 3. So you just need one brush for this one. Maybe eventually a precision polisher if you've got a problem with the layering. But in general, that should be enough. Okay. And now this one, we'll go to the light for 10 seconds. Again, I'm using transparent product. I don't need it. There's one more bit that I'm going to add with the shading, and this time it's going to be black, just to make my bigger flower a little bit darker in the middle. So then when I apply the stones, they're just more standing out. But this is why I needed my mixture of black. Now, be careful. Really be careful with the black. You don't want to overtake your design. So if you look at my paper palette, my black is literally gray. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just have the piece of the base and top, and you add a tiny amount of the black, no other way around, and then you shouldn't have the problem. I much prefer to start with the light gray and then eventually add a little bit more black than start too dark and make my design too dark. So what I do, I'm just applying tiny amount in the middle, cleaning my brush, and I'm just pulling the product towards the brown. So the brown needs to be still visible. I just want to make it a little bit darker. And I'm only doing this on the biggest flower.
Sabine is saying in the comments, this is really beautiful, Magda. I love it. For weddings, it's super nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okie doke. So this one goes to the light for another 10 seconds just to cure our black. And now I'm going to add another layer of the Fibercoat white. So 3 layers of the Fibercoat white, but they are super thin. So you really don't need to stress that your nail will be too thick. Even if it's small, will be absolutely fine. But just make sure they're nice and thin. So.
And be careful that you're using Fibercoat white and not the extra white by accident, because then you can start again.
Yeah, but okay, if you pick up the extreme white, everything underneath is cured, you can always wipe it.
Yes,
so
I know. I
yeah.
realized when I said it. Sorry.
Let's not make it too harsh again. But just make sure, again, nice and thin layer. You see, I'm pressing it in, pressing the brush. So I'm making sure everything is nice and thin. Again, I want to see my color from underneath, and then I'm sure I've got thin enough. And I can actually show you on this one, because of course I can wipe it. What's going to happen if you apply too much?
Mm-hmm.
You're just losing your design.
Yeah.
You're not only having a super thick nail, you will also lose your design. So it's
Everybody wants to get remarried in the comments.
Oh.
Yeah. Mia Marie, this summer, Sabine says that she has to do that. Nadia, she wants to have a wedding. So go into the chapel and we're gonna get married.
I've got lots of requests for the wedding nails already, but yeah, I will make something even nicer for your wedding. So if you want your wedding nails, let me know, and we can put tons of pearls into it. Okay, so this one goes to the light again for 60 seconds. And while this one is curing, of course on my clients I will do the other hand. But what I will do, I will just apply a thin layer of my Fibercoat white as a first layer, adhesion layer to my third tip. And now what I wanted to say to you, I don't want to go straight away with my mixture of the white and gold into the natural nail. It's just, I don't think the glitter straight onto the natural nail, it makes it good. I remember when I was a kid and I tried to remove the glitter in nail polish without the base. That was a hell. So I don't do it to my clients as well. So I'm always applying thin layer of the product first, and there will be Fibercoat white first, and then I will apply mixture of the foil.
Karin is asking whether or not you're going to use the technique that you're using today also in your masterclass on the 6th of April.
Yes and no. Okay, can I show now? Do we have time? Okay, I can show you. So on the 6th of April, I prepared for you the flowers like this, and none of these were made in this technique. All of these were made with completely different technique, with different brushes, different products. So yeah, and there are many ways to the Rome. So they all multi-dimensional, and you can see the layering and everything. But I just practically didn't use the detailer 3 for this one. It's just, I've used different brushes. You will love it. You will love it, Karin. But yeah, if you're in Netherlands on the 6th of April, you're more than welcome to join in. Of course, all of the Dutch nail technicians are invited, but English speakers as well. Come to Holland, to Soesterberg for discount weekend, and then we'll have fun. Yes?
Yeah,
Okay,
I want to see the mixture.
Okay, so now I have my first layer, and now I'm picking up my mixture with my perfect polisher, and then I'm applying this onto my nail. So you see, I've got all of these foils in here.
Yeah.
This way, for this nail, layer a little bit thicker. And why I need the thicker? Because I need the full coverage with the white. And of course, I'm not going to apply anymore. So if you like this mixture and your client likes this mixture of the foil and the Fibercoat white, you can always store it in your mixing jar. So you make a little bit more. You can literally, what you can do if you like it for the future, your clients like it, like Pernilla, you can start doing this now for your clients. Just put a lot of Fibercoat into the jar, tiny amount of foil, stir it, and this will be your already mixture for all of the clients. So you don't need to mix it on a time. You can just store it forever. Okay, let's go back to this one. Self-leveling nicely. I'll just add a little bit more to the side. And in here. Perfect. So this one here to the light. Okay, and let's go back to our flowers. And now let's do the foil. I'm going to add a little bit of foil. Now, because my flowers look a bit, I'm sorry, I'm back. My flowers look a little bit random without the starting point, without the finishing point, and it's like, okay, they're just floating, okay, they're just flying. So what I'm going to do, just to add the extra point to it, I will just use the foil, and I will place the pieces of the foil in like middle of my flower, just to connect them slightly. But for this one, I will use my orange wood stick better. Okay. Now I have the sticky layer.
Yeah, is that enough?
Yeah.
Can you go to the middle?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. And the sticky layer is enough to fixate it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because this foil is super thin. I'll always press it just to make sure everything is nice and flat. And then I'll use another one in here. So then that will give me a little bit of part of the middle. If you want, you can just add pieces here and there. It's up to you. Do not overdo it, because then that will glitter always takes attention from the painting or color or something. So, okay, if you touch your nail with the sticky layer with the foil, remember you need to have gloves. Okie doke, and this one. And I'll do the same on the other one. So just tiny, tiny pieces. And then this one here. Perfect. And maybe, sorry, running away again. See the glitter and get too excited. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, my last step, not the last step, maybe one of the, last step.
Perhaps we should take a little break.
Okay,
Because
just go for it.
I already promised you that tonight we will have the very first Dermatalk in English. Dermatalk has been a topic in Nail Talk Live for seasons now, for a couple of years. And Wendy Fink is one of our, is the trainer responsible for Dermatalk. And she's an independent trainer who is really focused and specialized on the natural nail anatomy and common nail disorders and diseases. We're going to start simple tonight, and we're going to build up the level of difficulty during the weeks and also during the different ways of explaining that Wendy uses. In Holland now, we have come to the fact that we start with a case, with a photo, and then we have to analyze that and decide on the strategy for that specific nail. But for you, we will start with just what is Dermatalk all about. So enjoy the very first one, and from this week onward we will have this on a weekly basis.
Hi, welcome to Dermatalk. My name is Wendy, and I've been a nail educator for over 20 years, and I'm very proud that Magnetic has asked me to tell you more about the anatomy and the pathology of the nail. So in the Dermatalks that I'm going to present to you, we will talk about the nail because you will find out that the nail is not just a death thing. The nail has a lot of parts that work together, and it's a really vivid thing, and I'm really glad to tell you all about it, how it works and why it works, and how we keep the nail healthy. I am not giving you any medical advice. I'm only giving you some insights about this gorgeous working area that we work on, the natural nail. And before we go into that, I would like to more explain to you what we are going to talk about. So let's start with the anatomy, because what does this now mean? With anatomy, we mean the scientific study of the body and how its parts are arranged. So why do we have a specific part in this specific area of our body? And why is it arranged this certain way? And how is it arranged? Which one is in first, which one is second, and how are they attached all together? So this is what we call the anatomy of, in our case, the nail, but of course we can have it on our entire body. The anatomy is how the parts are arranged in our body. We will get into that first, so you can later on understand something about the pathology and how it gets sick, but this we will see in a minute. First, I would like to also explain to you what means physiology, because we always talk about anatomy and pathology, but there's also a physiology study, and this is a science that studies the way in which the bodies of living things function. So how does the body function? We see how the anatomy is arranged, how the parts are arranged, but why does it function this way, and how does it function this way? To get into it immediately with the nail, the physiology of the nail is that we do not always tell that our clients, but actually our nails are tools. We can use our nails to open up food, to scratch ourselves, and use our nails as tools. Again, we do not tell this our clients because we do not want to use them to, we do not want them to use the nails as tools, but we want to use them, tell them that they need to use them as jewels. So, but in nature's way, the physiology of the nail is to use it as a tool for scratching and opening food. There's also another function of the nail plate, because the nail plate is an extension of the finger, but it's a hard plate. It's not as soft as your fingertip, it's a hard, dense plate. It is on top of our finger, and in the middle of our finger, we also have the phalange, the bone of our finger, the distal phalange we have over there. And between the nail plate and the phalange lies our nail bed. And in this nail bed, we have a lot of veins and arteries and also nerves. And because we have those two hard parts and all the nerves in between, when these two hard parts come together and they compress together, you really feel the nerves. So these hard parts stimulate the nerves more extra. This is why the Germans tell that you can have ein Fingerspitzengefühl. You have really detailed feeling on your fingertips because of the hard nail plate and the hard bone inside your finger. So this is the physiology reason of your nails. Scratching and opening food and use it as tools. We do not tell this to our clients. And also to have a lot more detailed feelings to our fingertips. And of course, we are also going to talk about the pathology. And the pathology is the scientific study of diseases. And we are really going to look into the diseases of the nail and also of the skin, because you will find out that they are really similar together, and sometimes you can have a disease on your skin which transfers to the nail and vice versa. So these subjects we are going to talk about in Dermatalk. So I hope to see you next time so we can get into the anatomy first, and then these subjects will follow up later.
Well, thank you, Wendy, for this first introduction into the differences between anatomy, pathology, physiology. I took a little candy in between, and now I'm stuttering. But it doesn't matter, so this will be a weekly topic, a weekly side or a weekly part of Nail Talk Live on the Wednesday evenings. I will also add Chem Talk, so the same idea, but then about chemistry and about the build-up of our products, but that will need a little bit more time before that's finished. So we're slowly adding a little bit extra to the content of this English show, making it a multi-knowledge-based show for all nail techs worldwide that need to know what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why they are doing it. For now, we go back to Magde, because she's almost finished, and I still have a lot to cover, Magde, because I still have a housework round, and of course I have the winners of Natalia. So you have to pace it a little bit together with me.
Okie doke. Thank you, Wendy. That was an amazing introduction. I was really, really looking forward to this one, so I'm going to watch every episode. So let's go back to our flowers. In the meantime, I have used the Extreme Matte Top Gel to finish, to cover the flowers, cover the foil, cover everything. When I was mentioning to tap the foil in to make it flat, if you notice that something is sticking out, then I would recommend you to use the basin top or maybe built-in base to make sure this whole nail is nice and flat. Instead of using the Extreme Matte Top Gel, if you're using too much of Extreme Matte Top Gel, you will lose the color. Your nail will become a bit more grayish. We don't want that. It's milky enough. Now, we are going to add the details to our flowers, because you can see now, if you can compare these two. So this one is just, and this one is nice and detailed, okay?
Yeah, beautiful.
So this, when it comes with our third layer and our mixture of the Extreme Matte Top Gel and the liner gel. And why I've used the Extreme Matte Top Gel? We are not going to use any other top gel on top of this flower. This will be our end result. Because of the movement of my brush and amount of product I need to use for the detailing, I had to add a little bit different product to my liner gel to make it thinner. If I will use any shiny top gel or base or anything like that, I'll have the shiny surface. And I want to keep everything as one and flat matte. That's why I have used the Extreme Matte Top Gel to mix in it. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. So you decide on the finish that you want to have at the end, which product you mix in at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's forward thinking.
Okay. So I'm going to pick up small amount of product, and I'm still keeping my detailer number 3, and I hope you're going to see on the dark background how small amount of product it is. Okay, is a detail, and for me is even too much. I will just put aside a little bit, just a tiny, tiny amount for the details. So I still want to see what I have under, and then I'm going over the side, the edge of my petal.
So you're swiping it along the edge.
Yes.
Ah.
And again, I'm picking up small amount of the product, and I'm going on the other side. Now, these are my petals that were on a second layer.
Yeah.
Hopefully you will know and see. And now, because, I don't know if you can see, if we can do the top shot. Okay, so now you can see I have added the edge, and I straight away separated this petal, so it's not as one. You can see all the details.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So I'm making,
Is
because
this
with
also less is more? Because I would be tempted to go along the whole edge of the flower petal.
you can go along the edge, but I will just add a little bit more details here and there, just to keep the structure. Because if you add all the outlines, that will be just on one line. So you can do the line technique.
That's true.
Yeah. So just a tiny amount here and there. So for example, if I want to add a little bit more detail to this part, I will just maybe go just on this one side, but not fully covering the petal.
Very cool.
Okay, and I'm going to separate this one as well.
Gemma is asking why you're using the detailer number 3 and not Jessica's choice.
Okay, so if I will use Jessica's choice, I will just create the line, just a straight line. If I'm using the detailer number 3 because he's thicker, has more hair, I can flatten this out and connect the liner gel with extreme matte top gel with my background. So it's just a little bit of line work here and there, a little bit details, a little bit of shading instead of just pure line. I will use the other blush to make the line. This one is just more to add a little bit of shade.
It's like you're pulling parts of the flower up outside of the surface of the nail.
Yep.
By using this shaping technique. Super easy, Gemma, try it. And super effective, because that's of course why we're doing it.
And you see I've separated this petal as well, so it's more visible, so now we can really see. And then I want this part to be more visible, so I can add it a little extra as well. Now, it is a little bit shiny now, but if I will cure it, because I mix it with the extreme matte top gel, will become matte. So you really, when you look in your eyes, you cannot see which line was made when, because everything is matte. So it's just a little bit, a little trick. So now I'm going back to my smaller petals, just to add a little extra as well. So my smaller flowers. So now I'm doing this really slow, so you can see what I'm doing, but in real life, it's just a 2 seconds job. Now place the other one in the light, and we can do this one. I will just do much quicker, because you know what I'm doing.
Put yourself in the middle.
Okay, sorry. I will just clean my brush. Small amount of product. One. 2. I can also shape slightly my petals if I don't like it, if something was too rounded or too square.
Maria is saying in the comments that you're a genius.
Am I?
Yes.
That's nice.
And Maggie loves your nail art really a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Naomi finds that it's gorgeous. Well, I'm at a loss for words. And that is saying something.
That is good. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate, and I'm really grateful for all of your nice comments. And I'm really looking forward to the homework. I hope you're going to make lots of nice designs. And maybe try it on your client, because it is easy. Maybe just do 1-2 tips and then try it on the client and send us the homework on your client's nails with the beautiful Fibercoat. Okay, so you see just a few lines, and then this one goes to the light. Now, my next step will be to add a few swirls here and there. I like them. I think it's an extra detail that just a little bit extra to our nail. So let's go back to my flowers. And I will still use the same mixture. I have my blush brush, but you can of course use Jessica's choice, Pepin's choice, anything you fancy. So this is when I'm doing the lines. And I'm just adding a few swirls in between my flowers. Hope you will see it. 1. So I'm just going over the foil, over the petals, and 2. Not too much. This design is not about the swirls. This design is about the flowers, but you can add a few. Just maybe connect the 2 flowers together.
Beautiful. Justina says, Magde, everything is easy for you when it comes to nails. Maggie says, you say it's easy, then we must do it 1,000 times. Alexandra is saying that each magnetic trainer has her own special talent. Great job to everyone. Thank you, Alexandra, for saying that in the comments. Joanna is saying, beautiful Magde, it's such a delicate design, perfect for spring, like a delicate blossoming cherry. And super design with a brilliant effect and absolutely stunning, Magde, Katerina is saying. And Melissa says, oh my God, she's the Bob Ross of nails. Well, we have a couple of Bob Rosses of nails up our sleeves. Of course, Magde, but don't forget Jessica either, or any of the other great nail art trainers. Mia Marie says, this design will be a favorite among my students or clients this spring. It's gorgeous. Magnifique, Magde, Nathalie Bernardi says. Super nice. Yeah, people are in love. In love. What is the homework? Shall we go to the homework once more?
Yes.
Because you're too fast. So the homework, if you want to get your e-certificate of this class with Magde, is make a set of nails on one hand or 5 color pops with a minimum of 3 nails with the design. You can use any color for the flowers. So 5 nails or 5 tips, 3 with the design, you can use any color. You have 2 weeks time to create your homework and upload it into the album Pastel Flowers. Of course, Jessica will help you if you need improvement, and do not forget to upload step-by-step photos, no more than 4, and a photo of the beautiful end result. If you do all of that, of course, you will receive your e-certificate, but you also have a chance to win an amazing prize assembled by Magde herself, extreme matte top gel, white Fibercoat, the foil kit, white liner gel, the mixed bullions, and of course those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pearls are also part of the kit that you can win, or the kit package that you can win. In the month of March, we will have more e-workshops for you. Next week, a technical one with José de Vroet, Fiber to Love hybrid nails. So a different way of using your fiber coats in a longer nail in the hybrid technique. Mia Marie will take us into easy and quick trendy nail art. She comes from Sweden, and I think that's going to be a very useful evening. And we'll end the month of March with our very own Deborah. And Deborah will do inlay color boom nails with Fibercoat, but also with a lot of glitter, with a lot of glamour, with a lot of pizzazz, because Deborah is Deborah. The first weekend of April, the week after Easter, we will have worldwide magnetic days with discounts on the whole assortment of magnetic products, excluding the new products that we will launch during these 3 days. So contact your local distributor to find out what they are organizing and how you can profit from these worldwide magnetic discount days. This month, the product Fibercoat is on sale with a 20% discount. So if you are not yet using Fibercoat, this is the moment to purchase it, whether it be for your homework or to offer it in your salon. Super adhesion, super flexible, the perfect base product for general clients, in general use. Magde even told me in the preparation that in her salon she uses either building base or Fibercoat. That's it.
That's it.
As a general base, and sometimes rubber base.
Yeah, but then, yeah, in specific cases you need the rubber base, so then yes, but in general, Fibercoat is all what you need. And a building base. Like, yeah, building base you need, definitely. And a rubber base. You need everything.
Luscious. Yeah, but we are a little bit in love, of course, with all the products in the magnetic range. I think I'll go back to you for your next step. I still have, let me count, the homework, or the winners.
Oh, I think you should go with the winners before my final step, because we're all waiting for the winners. Go for a winner.
Okay, then we first have to go, because you have to wait a little bit longer, to the commercial of the Fibercoats. Let's go to the winners of the challenge of Natalia of 2 weeks ago, and that of course was the elegance nail. The homework was, let us check that out, create a set of 5 nails in the elegant shape using inlay elements. It's not possible on Colourpops. That meant that it was a quite difficult technical challenge, because A, you have to find a model, and B, you have to create a new nail shape. So we saw that it was very tricky for most of you to do and comply to all of this, but we have, of course, winners. Natalia says this in her general feedback after this e-workshop. Thank you to everyone who participated in my e-workshop. I really appreciate the effort you all have put into it. Practice makes perfect, so I would recommend rewatching the show and keeping in mind all the tips and tricks you've received in your feedback. Of course, you can always contact us for any feedback at any time. Or if you're in a country, of course, or if you're in this country, of course, come to Weert to join me in a class and I can help you get even better. This is a beautiful shape, but can also be a difficult shape. Some of you are almost there and others need a little bit more of practice. That's why I've chosen to award the prize to the person with the most beautiful inlay design. And not the shape. So, yeah, she's not the easiest one in the world, but she's right. It is a difficult shape, so Natalia focused on the inlay part. Of the first winner, and this winner comes from Germany, she says, I adore your color combination and even would love to use this as an idea in a set. Total beach vibes. Congratulations, Jenny Hebel from Germany. Congratulations with your beach vibe, elegant nails set. Yeah, congratulations, Jenny. Congratulations with your homework. The second person comes from the Netherlands, and she's somebody I know. And Natalia says, I love this black and white combination. And with the gold in it, the end result gets that extra touch. And this is the feedback for Cynthia Visser. Congratulations with your beautiful black and white inlay nails, Cynthia. Congratulations. The last winner of this evening is from France. And the feedback is, your combination make your end result so clean and soft. This would also look amazing on the bride's hand. Well, them together with the design that we saw today. I love to see the effort you have put in your end result picture. Congratulations, Sarah Bastin, or Bastin. Sarah, congratulations. Congratulations with your beautiful, beautiful nails. And all of you, of course, congratulations and thank you for participating, because this inspires us as well. The winners will receive their prize. And the prize is this. Of course, the Seduction Scrub, Power Gel Clear, the high-tech nail forms and the nail form support that makes it easier to create these beautiful technical nail shapes. So congratulations, we will send this in the next days to all of your addresses and we hope that you will love your prizes. So once again, congratulations and thank you for participating. Let me check all of this. Yeah, we're right on par. Congratulations, I see Cerisa doing. Congratulations. Let's go back to Magda and the finish of this design.
It's amazing, amazing, guys. Congratulations. And I will do agree with Natalia. You can watch back, and I will definitely recommend you to join to any training. I know all of the trainers are doing amazing technical workshops. I personally learned elegance from all of the international trainers, I think. I've learned from Sabine and Natalia and Jose, from everyone. So I would recommend you to do it. Okay, so let's go back to our flowers. So I finished my flower with the white swirls and stuff, and I know you're already saying in the comments, looks amazing. For me, it looks sad. Okay, it's too much brown, and it's not enough, and something is missing. That's why to my designs, I have added the pearls and bullions that they just made this perfect finishing touch. Our pearls are common in two different sizes. So we have one are bigger and one are smaller. Of course, it's useful to have both sides because you may have the nail that is much bigger and then you want the bigger pearl, and vice versa. You need the smaller one for smaller nails, and possibly you will need smaller one for your client's nails. The pearls, though, they're common in this nice bag. You just open in this bag, but they're really tricky. They just stick into the foil, and they're really hard to picking up from this foil. And I already had tons of pearls flying all over my salon because I just had no patience for these foils. So, but I had on a shelf the empty jars, of course, from Magnetic Nail Design, set of 12. So now I'm smarter, and I'm putting all of my pearls inside the jars so I can just pick them. So they all come in the bits like this one, but use the empty jars and put them to the jars will be easier. Now, the whole trick is when you do the designs like that to use the product that will allow your stones to stay on the nails of the client for 3 weeks plus or 2 weeks plus, depending how long your clients are coming to. It is possible to do it, but you need to use the right product. So I have 3 products that I'm using. My first product and always been was the fiber gel for the stones. Then I've changed to the rubber base, and I'm using either rubber base or the Fibercoat. But because we are on a month of Fibercoat, I'm going to use the Fibercoat for this one. So I'm using the Fibercoat pink, which is transparent. Okay, so I will just place a little bit on my paper palette. You can see it's just like slightly colored, but not too much. And I will use, of course, separate brush. So I'm not going with the brush from the bottle because it's just crazy. And I'm just placing small amount of the gel in a place where I want my pearls and bullions. Okay, so we'll be here, here, let's say, and let's say here. And now I can pick up my pearl first. You can either use the rhinestone picker or the wax essential or whatever you prefer, or just brush and just placing your pearl inside the gel. Now be careful with the amount of the gel. You don't want to have too much because then of course the gel will go over your pearl and then you will lose the shine. And then the bullions, and I've chosen the rose gold from this mixing bit, and of course choice is yours, and I've chosen the smallest one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick up, I like them in 3, so I've got 3 in here, so I will just choose 3, 5, 7 like a floral stick. I would never do like just 1 or 2. And I will just place them on the side of my pearl. So inside the gel. And then I will pick up another 3. And here, because it's a small flower, I'm not going to use the pearl. I'm just going to use the bullions.
Lindsay McCarthy is asking whether or not this is better to use than gemstone gel.
You can use the gemstone gel as well. Like if you have it, you can use it. But I know lots of texts don't have it, like gemstone gel. So
it's not better. It is gemstone gel is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
So it is a personal preference.
But you know where I will use the gemstone gel, for example. If I will just use something that is like full cover stone design, if I have the big stones, then I need the gel that is really staying where it is because I need the bigger amount as well. With this one, you just apply a tiny amount of gel, so you can just pick up anything what you have in your drawer.
As long as it's not too thin, because then it won't seal the edges.
So the what you cannot use for the stones, and this is quite important knowledge, base and top, supreme finish, soak of top gel, you cannot use because they will just come off within a day. If within a day. I'll just add a little bit more gel in here. So this one goes to the light for 60 seconds. I don't know, from the side view, maybe you will see that I have the pearl surrounded by the gel, but not maybe like that. Okay, so here I've got the gel is around my pearls, but it's not over. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and this one goes to the light, and I will do the same with my other flower. I can really guarantee you that nothing will happen. The pearls are absolutely brilliant, our pearls, because they have the flat bottom. And sometimes you have the stones that you just loosen the top, but the bottom stays with the gel, but not with ours. We have really good quality of stones. And I even had the nail technician that was coming like, oh, Magda, look what's happened. I was like, with my stones? And she was like, no, from AliExpress or something. I was like, this is it. This is what you have. Our stones are really, really good. And the clients are lasting with them without the issue. And I'm wearing the stones as well. I will show you. I have the one pearl I just put on my nail, just here. It's just the one single pearl. So it's not even surrounded by bullion. And this is my thumbnail. And I was washing dishes and doing the cleaning, and I was doing everything, and nothing is happening. You cannot just remove it. It's just great. It just stays as it is.
Cool.
So I would recommend you to use our stones. They're good.
I have a question from Gemma, and I will translate it into English. Fibercoat has a sticky layer because you're also using it to apply the bullions to the nail surface. Can the sticky layer be removed using prep and wipe after you've applied all your elements?
Of course, Gemma. You can use the prep and wipe. You can remove the sticky layer, no sticky layer. It's not a problem at all. Remember, these stones will stay with your clients for another 3 or 4 weeks. So your clients will use any solutions anyway on the nails, like, for example, washing liquid. So it's absolutely fine. You can use the prep and wipe to remove the sticky layer. And if you, for example, have the situation that you don't like it, maybe it's too shiny or something, you can always pick up your Jessica's Choice or blush brush and just go over the stone, over the gel. It's like surrounding the stone, surrounding the gel with your extreme matte top gel. If you see that is maybe too shiny or something that you don't like, maybe it was too much of the gel, because that things happen. And when we work in the salon, anything may happen. So it is possible. But of course, you can remove it, no problem.
Yeah, Justina says in the comments, I'm so lucky to have Magda right next to me when I'm working. Any of my amnesia episodes are sorted. So much knowledge in her.
Okay, yeah, I meant to say that Justina is my favorite employee. I promised her that. So, Justina, yes, you are my favorite employee. My employee of the year. Yes.
Well, okay. Well, applause for Justina.
Okay, Doc. So I'm continuing with my bullions. So I'm just picking up the bullions straight from the box. I just needed the 3. And that's it. Okay, this one goes to the light. 60 seconds cure for both of the flowers. And then I have my, okay, let me just close the pearls so they won't be on the floor. And I had my foil white, Fibercoat white with the foil and finished with the extreme matte top gel already. But let me just show you this 3, which I made today, just like that. Okay, they're super fun and super easy, and you can make them in any colors. And these are the ones that I made before. So you see, you can make 10 nails like that, the full set, like that.
Yeah.
Charge accordingly for every pearl, because these pearls are not cheap. These pearls are costing a lot. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
Clients
I
are
think
watching us.
we need
Clients
to-
are watching
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yes. These are expensive, real pearls. Somebody is diving for them in the sea finding them, using a compass given to them by Ariel. And so this is how we get our pearls. But I love the pearls. I love the pearls. We need to do a screenshot. I done coughing, so let's position them correctly. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Okay. Are they okay?
I love them. It's much, but it's at the same time very modest.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, screenshot.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Magda. Amazing. I love them. I love them. I love them. Ah, did I say that I love them? I love them. Oh,
Thank
I
you.
would love
Thank
to
you.
have them on my
Thank
nails.
you so much.
So, yeah, that was it, Magda. So fast. I had
Super
to
fast.
cover a lot of things and say a lot of things, but you are a super fast example of somebody that creates beautiful nail art like this.
Yes, you can really make it fast. And as I mentioned, I was explaining everything. But once you get into the flow in what to do and when, because I think the layering may be quite confusing. I'm like, oh, what should I do? But it's just easy. Layer of the gel, flower, shading, layer, flower, shading, and that's it. And your design is done. And a little bit of details.
Yeah, of course, I will go through the homework just one more time before we say good night to all of you. Your homework assignment is make a set of 5 nails. This can be on a model, on a client, or on Colourpops. And of those 5 nails, at least 3 need to have this design applied to them. So 5 nails and 3 with the design. You can use any color when you create your flowers. You have a total of 2 weeks to create your homework. The deadline is dotedly set on March 20th. Upload your homework in the album that you can find in this International Nail Talk Live group called Pastel Flowers. If anything needs improvement, Jessica Patberg will contact you and you will get another chance to participate. Do not forget to submit not only your end result, but also 4 step-by-step photos which actually prove that you are the designer and creator of that specific set of nails. If you do this, you will receive your e-certificate. You will get that automatically, but you also have a chance to win this amazing prize chosen by Magda herself. Extreme Matte Top Gel, Fibercoat White, so you are able to create this design. The foil box, metal bullions, of course liner gel, and those beautiful and amazing pearls. So stun your clients, make them fall in love with these designs. Magda, I want to thank you for all of your inspiration and again for all of your help today with the Polish Border Control Police Department.
Yes, thank you so much. That was, we all love Polish border control, but thank you so much for having me again. That was a real pleasure. Hope to see a lot of your design. I will reply to all of your comments later, because probably from all of this excitement, I won't be sleeping tonight. But yeah, if you're in the Netherlands next month, you're more than welcome to join my classes. There are still some seats available. And if you're in Edinburgh, to join my classes as well. You're always welcome in my classroom, and I hope to see you again in Nail Talk Live International.
But don't forget, Magda, you're also traveling to some of our distributors.
Oh, yes.
Where are you going?
So this is really exciting because I will be in France with my favorite team France, like all of you are favorite, but the favorite team France, and this is really exciting. I believe it's sold out training, so it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, Sabine, for having me. And then I'm traveling to my dear Amela to Bosnia, to Sarajevo. I'm giving training in Sarajevo, and in Sarajevo we're going to do modern almonds. So if Gillian would just so something like that, nice and pretty technical class. Maybe we'll do some flowers as well. So if you're in Sarajevo in April, you're more than welcome to join to my class as well. And then, of course, I'm here, and then, all over the world. And then in Dublin, if you want to be a trainer in Ireland or UK, and you want to join our training for trainers in Dublin in October, you can contact Joanna. So lots of happening, a lot.
Yeah. Well, you are an international trainer working for an international brand, and that means that we'll have more and more of Magda coming to all of you. Well, I thank you again, Magda. Of course, I also want to thank Gillian behind the scenes. If you want more information on becoming a magnetic distributor or a magnetic trainer, or to know where your nearest magnetic distributor is, contact us at this email address, info@magneticnaildesign.com, and we will answer your questions. You can always also message me on Facebook, and I'll try to answer you as fast as possible, because we are always looking into extending our network, and our distributors are always looking at offering more classes and extending their network. And you're more than welcome to join the Magnetic family. Thank you, Gillian, Magde. Thank you at home for all of your nice comments and all of your wonderful feedback. So this leads me to say, next week, a technical show with José de Vroet. And for now, have a lovely evening. Enjoy your company. And thank you for being here. See you soon. See you at Nail Talk Live.